What's good? This is the Walk with Den podcast. March is here, which means it's time to get into some March Madness.
Oh, yes.
Who are you liking this year?
Zion Shu.
That's a really good name. Someone should do that for their bracket challenge.
Someone should do that for their bracket challenge.
Someone already did, and it was me. So we're going to talk about March Madness. Our bracket challenge is here. We got another good edition of Mail Time, and we're going to talk about cutting some weight for summer. We each got some summer vacation.
Shred season.
So we're going to do a little bit of that. We're going to optimize our bodies.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Roll music. This is the Walk with Den podcast. I guess it's technically the second episode in March, but the first time that we're recording. No, we recorded in March last week too. Yeah. All right.
We're fully there now. Daylight savings has officially started. So
yeah,
we're there.
We're in conference championship season now.
Right.
So now we're officially in March. Madness has begun. John Morant in the NCAA tournament.
Punching his ticket home.
Literally punching over defenders. This is your first time listening. Be sure to connect with us on social media at Walk with Denton on Instagram and walker-aspinwall and denton-day for our personal Instagrams. You can follow us on Twitter and use the hashtag at WWDbracket for our brand new bracket challenge. The graphic is made.
It will be, by the time this is on air, it will be posted to our Instagram. I guess we'll just, the bracket. So our idea was, well, we're going to do a bunch of brackets anyway, so let's incorporate it with the show and have some fun with it. So, pretty standard bracket action. We're doing it through ESPN, their tournament challenge. So all you have to do if you want to play along is go on to ESPN, either sign into your account or create an account and go to the tournament challenge. And you can't create your actual bracket yet. Obviously, Selection Sunday is a week from today, but you can sign up for your bracket, and when you sign up for your bracket, you can join a group and just search Walk with Denton. It's a public group. Go ahead and join in. Right now, I think there's 2 entrants,
which is us.
Maybe 3 because of the account we made to run it. But go in and drop your bracket in there. It's free to enter, and the winner of this pool is going to get a nice $50 Amazon gift card, courtesy of the Walk with Denton podcast, and it may or may not come to your email with a picture of our faces on the gift card, which means it should be worth more than $50.
Second and third place are each going to get their own Walk with Denton t-shirt. If you are one of the few people that has already purchased a Walk with Denton t-shirt or won through the t-shirt contest, we'll figure something out. But second and third players are going to get the t-shirts. We tried to do this through CBS. I'm not trying to rag on CBS. ESPN's was so much easier.
Yeah, you can't have the public group on CBS, and it was.
There were so many hoops to jump through. It was like, this is not worth it. Right. The link, if you're thinking, wow, I don't want to search Walk with Denton, that's so much work. The link is going to be on our bio on Instagram. That should take you directly to it.
And if you're really lazy, text me your email address, and I'll invite you.
Yeah, text Walker your email
or
address.
DM the Instagram account.
We'll get it situated. We're also going to give points, friendly little shout outs to whoever has the funniest name. We mentioned the Zion Shu. That's actually the name. I'm super proud of it. It's the first thing that I thought of that I thought was really funny.
I'm all right with mine. I'm happy with mine. Impermissible benefits, very NCAA related.
I'm fingers crossed.
Maybe I'll change it to Will Wade's wiretap. Oh, that's a bet.
I was going to say
doing Will Wade's wire
bill or Will Wade's phone, something like that. Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Write that down.
You got to write that down now before someone else steals it. So come play with us. It's going to be super awesome. Tell your friends. Like we said, it's free, and you get a chance to win $50 or something with our face on it. So.
Yeah, which is great. We'll be probably live tweeting a lot of the games,
right?
With that hashtag WWD bracket. So. Any of your crazy reactions, or when your number 1 seed loses in the first round and you're really pissed off and you post a video of you punching a hole in your TV, tag us in it. That'd be great.
And fingers crossed, no confirmation yet, but fingers crossed, when the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 is in D.C., I will be there. So if you're there, come say what's up. Let's hang out. We'll have some fun. So we mentioned T-shirts. We got a little giveaway. We did our second ever T-shirt giveaway this week on Instagram. We're going to give 2 shirts away today. We had 15 people, and our rule is for every 15 we get 1. So there's 1 given, and then with 15 we get 2. So we're going to give 2 shirts away. Walker has the random name generator up and running.
Up and running.
Okay, so we'll give that thing a spin. Nice little Wheel of Fortune spin.
Pop, first one. Oh, hold on. The website wants me to take my ad blocker off, but I saw who won. my dear friend who just recently got a job in the greater DMV area, Pete Yeko. So Yeko, you got
one of my best friends.
You got a shirt coming your way, and it doesn't have to ship as far.
Maryland, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I think he's living in Silver Spring.
I mean, I still hate him for being an Eagles fan, but I mean, good for him.
As you defined him, your best friend that you've never met. One of your best friends
One of the best friends I've never met. Yeah, that's correct.
So congrats to Yeko. And random name number 2, Jake Holler. Jake Holler, who
damn, all the JMU guys.
JMU guys. So funny enough, Jake Holler never went to JMU. He was just there every single weekend.
Where did he go to school?
ODU. He's also like 48 years old. He's not 48. We give him a hard time because he's like 27, 28.
All right.
But, my freshman year when I first met him. So it's Alex's brother, obviously. And
that's why I thought he was JMU.
Just thought he lived in the house as well because he was there every weekend. But no, we actually just finished off a great regular season in the FXA Men's Sunday Morning League basketball.
The one where the officials and
this is the good league
show up.
Yes,
not
exactly.
the other one.
And so we get finished strong. We have, I believe, playoffs starting next week.
How's the shoulder?
The shoulder's getting better. Definitely a little sore afterward. I was gonna lift before this, and then it's just not gonna happen.
Still fighting screens?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm tenacious on defense.
Just smarter about it.
Yeah, I'm like a little more liable to like call for a switch now instead of trying to blow it up. But no,
what's the defensive philosophy? Are y'all fighting all screens, or you have some?
I mean, we got some athletes, so we can pretty much switch anything. Yeah. We got some dogs on our team, so it's the first year that we actually have a full team of guys that know what they're doing on a basketball court, which is incredible. How much better that makes it.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. So congrats to Pete Yeko and Jake. So look out for shirts coming your way, Jake. I will hand deliver yours on Saturday.
And if you didn't want a shirt, that's all the more reason to join the bracket contest and put together the perfect bracket. Well, then you'll get some with our face on it. But still, join the bracket contest.
And if you have a perfect bracket, I'll personally buy you dinner. Like, perfect.
Add a Ruth's Chris. Something expensive.
Yeah. I'll buy you a Ruth's Chris. Like, I'll buy you the franchise.
The entire operation. So before we get into mail time, one of the things that I kind of crept up upon this week, this is something that I found really interesting, mostly because I'm not a billionaire, but there are other people in this world that are billionaires. So I came across the Forbes billionaire list, and wow,
I was instructed to not look at this before, so
these numbers are eye-popping.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm gonna give you a guess.
Okay.
Who would you guess the number one is, and do you think you can name the net worth, or the $1 billion net worth?
Is it still Jeff Bezos?
It is still Jeff Bezos and family because his wife's about to get paid.
His secure the bag
ex-wife
alert
is about to get paid. Excuse me.
I don't even know. I want to throw a number out, but I don't know how ridiculous it sounds. It's definitely a B. Obviously, we're on a
definitely
a
B.
Is it like $3 billion? Is it $3 billion, or is it way more than that?
You said 3?
Yeah.
There's a 3 in the number.
Oh shit!
It's not the first number. The 3 is not the first number.
Is it like 23?
It is $131 billion.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I was underestimated. Yeah, that's crazy.
$131 billion for Jeff Bezos and family. Obviously,
bro, she's going to walk away with a cool 62 bill.
Casual.
For him being a fucking weirdo.
Just spending money right there. Just $63 billion. He owns some like rocket science place. The Washington
Post.
Post.
I say $13 billion. I'm an idiot.
I have no idea.
I forgot about the Washington Post.
Apparently, there's over 600 people on this billionaires list, which is nuts. Just insane. Number 2.
Warren Buffett.
Oh, close, but no.
Bill
Gates, number 2. Can you guess his? His is it's a
little more down to earth. A little more realistic number.
A little
78.
more realistic. 96. 96.5. Warren Buffett is 3 at 82.5. The Louis Vuitton family, Bernard Arnault, I don't know who that is. He does Louis Vuitton. He is $76 billion. He's at the 4 spot. Mexico's richest man is at the 5 spot, $64 billion. His name is Carlos Slim Helou. I don't know if Slim is actually part of his name or if
it's his ongoing SoundCloud name.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's starting to break into new industries.
Amancio Ortega, who I think is one of Europe's richest men, at $62.7 billion. The Larry Ellison from Oracle at 60.
He's a crazy dude. He's a crazy dude.
He looks kind of weird. He didn't look very friendly.
Yeah,
of all the guys, he didn't look very friendly.
From what I've heard, he's kind of a dick.
Most people with this type of money are. The most notable, one of the most notable guys.
Kylie Jenner. Damn.
No, she is the youngest billionaire.
The youngest self-made billionaire.
Yep. Who? Tough life. Mark Zuckerberg is 8.
God, what a fucking creep.
For just throwing our information at everything. Michael Bloomberg is 9. I'm really happy he's up there because I know the Bloomberg News Network, and that's like a businessy network. So I'm really happy the guy that's named after actually makes a lot of money. Could you imagine if the guy that one of the best business networks is named after is a broke ass dude on the street?
Yeah, it wouldn't happen.
That wouldn't flow that well. The CEO of Google is 10, and then our good buddy Steve Ballmer is 19 on there at $41.2 billion. Pfft, broke ass.
Yeah. Nerd.
Could you imagine having this much money? That's just crazy. I just had to share that because I came across this and I was like, wow, this is just a ridiculous sum of money. A group of people making so much money.
It's a lot of monies.
A lot of monies. I can't even imagine that.
Should Venmo request them? Like all.
Something tells me they don't have Venmo. I don't know.
You never know. What happens when their friends go and pick them up Chipotle and they gotta?
I think they already have people on deck that they're just paying for that sort of stuff. Gotcha. I don't know if they do all that.
So on Friday after work, I hit you up. I'm like, "Yo, man, let's get some food. I don't want to cook anymore for the week." So we hit up Kava, which is quickly becoming yours and I new go-to spot.
I do enjoy it. I still have no idea how to get there, but I do enjoy it.
Yeah, you're like, dude, I think I know where we are, but I don't know how we got here. Anyways, the conversation of cutting came up on it because we're both in the process of trying to look nice and yacked for summer vacations, and while we were figuring out where we wanted to eat, we were like, all right, well, how much more can we eat for the day, and that just kind of brought up the conversation of cutting on a budget, which I hadn't really thought of before, but you had a different take on it than I initially thought of.
Well, so I've done one successful cut before. When I was
what defines
in
a
college,
successful cut?
I dropped almost 30 pounds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stepped on the scale in college.
So you were fat.
Yeah. Yes. I stepped on the scale. This was probably January of my sophomore year.
Okay.
So I was starting to kind of grow my hair out a little bit. It was past the weird, not really, but it was past one of the weird phases that comes with growing your hair out.
The first one's tough.
The first
weird one is tough.
It's tough. But once you fight through it,
we've both been there.
But I stepped on the scale and it said 188. And I was like...
And it wasn't a strong 188?
It was not a strong 188. I was like, oh my God, I weigh 188 pounds. So eventually I ended up... Because, I worked a summer job at Lifetime. And Lifetime is a job where we work outside with our shirts off a lot. And I'm like, I'm not trying to look 188, not a strong 188, at the pool with my shirt off all the time. So I ended up, by the end of that summer, I think I weighed 160 pounds.
Oh, true.
So I dropped almost 30 pounds.
Yeah.
But a majority of that I did at college, where I kind of had the benefit of the cafeteria and the meal plan there, so I could get all my vegetables and all the stuff that I needed. I have since learned on this edition of the cut where I dropped the 30 pounds. Some of it came back. We're all inclusive here. We like to have everyone back. It's a much better 100. I wasn't 188, but it was a much better 180 this time. But sometimes you don't have the luxury of just going to the college cafeteria and getting all the stuff. So how do you kind of formulate a plan to get all the stuff that you need? Because all the stuff that you need generally tends to be more expensive than all the crappy stuff that you eat. So I guess everyone kind of has this struggle who wants to lose weight a little bit instead of just because you don't purge yourself. I'm not just going to
or just like eating healthy in general.
Right.
It's just unfortunate that it's very expensive.
It's expensive.
more expensive than
you would think.
You could buy frozen. You could eat frozen pizzas every night and be balling on a budget.
Exactly, and you don't want to, but you want to do that every night. Right. So, I mean, what is some? You're the you optimize this, the fitness account. You're the fitness guy. Tips,
guy. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, we got to call it like
we've hit a lull of content on the optimize this account. Couple injuries to the two people that run it.
It's all about cardio.
Have been kind of tough to, but we've been planning some.
You got to give the
we
cardio.
Got some things cooking up.
Like what's the best form of cardio there? Cardio is huge.
I'm a big hit individual, high intensity interval training. You just bang that out in like 20. If you want to, 25 minutes, and you're dripping sweat. But so food, I guess what you want to know, like what?
Well, because I I'm big on. I love peppers. Peppers are one of my. So I eat those a lot for breakfast. My breakfast is pretty self-explanatory, and it's pretty consistent. I kind of jump into a routine and stay there for a lot. So it's 3 eggs, 3 slices of turkey bacon, and probably like a cup and a half of just chopped up peppers.
Ooh.
Boom, get that out. So like no carbs at all. But I started incorporating a lot more spinach.
Yeah,
so I have
spinach is fire.
My lunch is like super low calorie, but like good. I get these simply potatoes, like hash browns. You can get at like Walmart, Harris Teeter, whatever grocery store, and they're low calorie and they're only 16 carbs per serving. So you just get 70 calories, 16 carbs for that little carb source there, and then a turkey burger, because turkey burgers are awesome. And then either spinach or more peppers, and then that's lunch. It's a lot of food, but it's only like 350 calories for 30 plus grams of protein, 31, 32, whatever the turkey burger is. But like, what are your go-to vegetables? Because you're more in depth.
My
like
go-to so big cruciferous vegetable fan. So lots of broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts.
Oh, don't do cauliflower. Oh no,
it's just as long as you think about it as cheese covered broccoli.
Yeah,
that's when I was like 8. I swear that's what it was. Which I think everyone thought that.
I don't do cauliflower. I did cauliflower rice once. Sucked.
Well, yeah,
Terrible.
I mean, you get some like weird, like
Bad
you
idea.
can get some weird. But so yeah, a lot of veggies. But I've been doing so just with I had been doing preparing and like bringing 2 lunches a day to work every day, and that was just annoying to do that at night every day. So I dropped it down to 1. So I'm eating basically 3 meals. But I'm still trying to keep like 250 grams of carb. So I'm still carbing up. When I first jumped into the cut, I think I went a little too hard at first and really wasn't eating much at all. Plus it was with the injury, which actually when you're injured, there's research behind that is when your body demands more calories. But you would think, oh, I'm not working out. Like but your body needs that calorie to help recover and stuff. So, but yeah, so that I've been doing a lot. So breakfast is usually I'll have a big shake with like 3 eggs and oats and a bunch of spinach in there, some glutamine, some more other protein powder, and then lunch is usually some big protein, a lot of carbs, and then a big vegetable, and then that's basically what dinner is as well. So yeah, it's like you find the things that taste pretty good. And like honestly, cooking the food makes it like you can make it taste pretty decent.
Right. Yeah, you literally have a direct impact on what it tastes like.
Exactly. So it's been fun messing around with, but also the best thing is doing like flexible dieting while you cut. So, all right, I'm gonna go crush Chick-fil-A, and I'm just not really gonna eat the rest of the day, which is easier. Go crush some peanut butter pretzels.
I actually bought a bag of those this weekend.
Bro, they're so good.
They're crack.
I checked the nutrition label after we debated about it. It was 8, which is unfortunate.
That's just so terrible.
I could eat the whole thing.
See, I do this weird thing, and maybe this is not the best way to do it, but I mean, it's kind of been working for me a little bit. I do like 5 days on, and then the weekends are a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah,
because I generally don't work out as much over the weekend, and especially if I'm working 6 to 2, it's very difficult to.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially if you're in a rhythm during the week, it's easy to just include your food as part of that rhythm.
Right.
Versus on the weekends, I'm gonna wake up a little later. I'm gonna hang out, and
I actually work more on the weekends than I do during the week, which is
true.
Unorthodox to say the least. But I did throw in some asparagus. So I went to Costco and I bought like 2.5 pounds of asparagus. Cooked that up with a little bit of olive oil.
And
I had that with some steak.
So
it was so good.
Another good thing. If I don't know how big of a Brussels sprout fan you are, but you get a cast iron skillet. You throw a couple strips of bacon in there if you want. Let that get going, and then
bacon only.
You can half or quarter your Brussels sprouts. Throw them in there with the bacon grease while it's cooking, and just let them get charred up, and put some salt over top, and then it's
So you're the fan of cooking vegetables either with or in the same pan as the meat? Because when I cook spinach, I take the turkey burger out and I douse it in hot sauce too, and I just cook the spinach and all like the excess.
Sometimes,
juices and
depends. Like a lot of times, I'll just eat I usually have a big tub of salad in the fridge of just random
spinach is hard
random
to eat,
stuff
just raw for me.
Cut together. Oh, dude, I just eat it straight out.
Oh, I can't do that. Ugh. I can do that with like carrots and peppers, but I can't do that
because it doesn't taste like anything.
That's why I can't do it. It just
it gets all stuck in your teeth. You look real pretty.
When it's warm though, it kind of goes.
It's good on pizza too. Big fan of it on pizza.
Never had it on pizza.
Because it's all like sauteed up like that. So it's
true.
It's not just your leaf sitting on there. But it's been fun. So I'm like a month in ish. It's been fun.
What are your splits looking like for your workouts?
So I had been doing a big Ryder and I had Ryder actually like programmed out a strength program for us, and then it was funny enough. It was he did that so he wouldn't overtrain, which is why he got injured in the first place, and then he got injured again overtraining on the program that he wrote for himself. So that was kind of funny. We've actually been doing he told me about this. There's this like the Russian ladder split. Basically, if you want to get just absolutely very strong, train like a Spetsnaz. And the Russians have incredible strength programs. So basically what this is, because obviously you look at I guess two big ends of the spectrum from weightlifting are powerlifting and then bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So two very different, you achieve those very differently. You can be the strongest man in the world and not look really great, and you can be the hottest person ever and not move a ton of weight relatively. But the Russian ladder is a cool, it kind of finds that middle ground between, because you think about like a 5x5, that's kind of the midpoint of strength training and hypertrophy training. And what the Russian ladder does is it kind of condenses that 5x5, so you can still you can hit a lot of weight, but it's almost like you're still getting a pump from it as well. So instead of going 5 sets by 5, you go a set of 2, a set of 3, a set of 5, and then 2, 3, 5, and then 2, 3 again. So it's the same. It's still 25 reps, but you're breaking it out a little more, and you crank through it. So you can get through, and you use that for your main compound movement, which is what I've been doing. So you can crank through your main compound movement like 10, 15 minutes, and then I've just been hitting like basically hypertrophy training for 30, 45 minutes afterwards.
In the isolated groups.
Exactly. Just more of a pump on top of that. So it's been fun. It's like it definitely some fun workouts, just being able to hit a bunch of supersets and walk out of the gym, but also still get your big bench in or your big squat.
Right.
I haven't been benching a lot recently, but also I have been doing the safety bar squat, because I still can't get back to weight on my back. There's two safety squat bars at the rec, and the one I used the first time, I'm going to use that one moving forward. I used the second one the second time, and it weighed a little more it also was a little heavier, but just the way that it loaded the weight was a little, it's a weird movement.
Right.
You're way more vertical.
Yeah.
But it's the only way that I can squat right now, so it's nice. It's very different, but I like it.
Do you have a favorite compound movement? Like, is there one that is just like, man, I'm in for this?
Actually, it was deadlift, but then we had I had finally started getting into like some Olympic lifting. I love full cleans. I love cleans, but that's not really happening right now. So out of like the 3 like powerlifting movements, deadlift for sure.
I think deadlift's probably my favorite too. I'm not like super strong in it, but
you just feel like a beast, dude.
Yeah,
you pick up this,
because some people
pick up this weight.
Some people put on a lot of weight. I don't put on that much weight, and I think with the max, like,
you just feel good, because any compound movement should be a taxing to your entire body, whether it's bench, whether it's squat. Like your core is engaged. Like if truly from a powerlifting standpoint, if you're benching, your lower legs are engaged, your glutes are engaged.
Right.
But deadlift, you just feel like a beast. Truly, you have to use everything.
Get a little bit of yell in there too. I don't drop the weight though. I don't drop it too hard. But like I said, 225 is not that much, so it doesn't rattle the floor or anything like that. All right, so let's get into another mail time. Great addition. We had our first text entry. I should note, despite the fact that we do it on Instagram, you can also just get in contact with us in basically any way: text, email, DM, whatever the case may be. But we did have our first text entry, so we'll get rolling here with mail time. A couple thought-provoking questions.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. So John Ludwig with the first one. Just coming.
Thought-provoking. Classic lifetime guy.
Would you rather eat 5 football-sized pine cones or a pint of sand every day for the rest of your life?
So there's a couple questions in here.
Can I saute the pine cones?
What size footballs are we talking? Like football?
Regulation NFL balls.
Oh hell no! Those things are huge. Those things are huge. Like if it was like
a Nerf ball,
like a Nerf ball, or just like a little league tackle football. Maybe, granted, I'm still not going to eat pine cones.
I'm thinking maybe if you could crush all of them up and sprinkle them over like a salad, like croutons or something. You maybe bake them a little while so you could bite into them.
I don't know if that's exactly what he was talking about, but it may have been.
I think I would go with the pint of sand.
I'd probably go the sand too.
And my thought of that, it just seems like it's less in volume, but the thing is that pint is packed. It's all sand grains.
But the sand
my
is
thought
also
is maybe you mix it with
everywhere.
water. So you kind of mix it up and just chug real quick. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's going to get clumpy.
It's a losing situation.
Yeah, neither. The answer is neither.
The sand is going to get just everywhere. Like you ever go to the beach, sand's everywhere after that. You don't even know how it's getting in your house after that.
It can be delivered to me in a beer pint.
It'll still get everywhere.
Yeah,
that's just how it works. It's one of those.
Blend it up in your smoothie in the morning.
Ugh.
Just cutting your throat.
Spinach and sand. Ugh.
Oh God. Yeah, that's a disgusting image. I'll do another question. Amir wants to know: do you think DC and Marvel will ever make movies together? I'm gonna let you take.
God, I wish that'd be so much fun. A nice DC versus Marvel, Justice League versus Avengers. I don't know if it'll ever happen. DC cinematic universe, the DC studios are kind of all over the place right now. I don't really know what exactly they're doing. They kind of dropped Henry Cavill, but then they didn't drop Henry Cavill, and then Ben Affleck dropped, but then he didn't drop, but now he did drop from Batman. So I don't know what's going on over there. I love Henry Cavill as Superman. I did just see Captain Marvel this week. Apparently, it's a polarizing Marvel film. Thought it was fine. I really liked it, actually. And the end credits scene.
Because Brie Larson's the baddest character, like the most badass character ever.
I don't know why it's polarizing, to be completely honest, but yeah, there's some people that have issues with it, which is very rare for a Marvel film because they consistently hit it out of the park. But yeah,
so just from them not necessarily enjoying them, not like a.
Well, I mean, there's certainly part of it that because it's just white men getting angry at a strong woman, but there's certainly other parts where the story, the way it's constructed, is problematic, I guess. I didn't really have an issue following it. It was certainly different than what they've done, but I thought it was really great. The end credit scene was awesome, so stay for that. If you're leaving at Marvel movies at this point, though, get the hell out anyway. But yeah, I mean, I would love for DC and Marvel to make movies together. It would just be a long time down the road if it ever happens, probably at least a decade, maybe more.
Gotcha.
It'd be fun though.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip Jake's for now and come back to it because I got some talking to do to that one. But Uzman wants to know what my favorite memory from working with the JMU.
I have a favorite one too.
I know what yours is gonna be. Working with JMU women's basketball team. So it was 4 years. I consider it 3 years. I was a practice squad member of the JMU women's basketball team, which most Division I teams, if they care about basketball, have a male practice squad that comes in and plays, drills and live, 5-on-5 and running scout team with their women's team. So I was thinking in the drive over here, there's like 4 memories that stand out, but it all kind of rolls up into one, which is going to be super corny when I say
signing up for class early was nice.
Oh wow, I completely forgot about that one.
Yeah,
so yeah, that was really
nice.
Neat that I got to sign up with when the athletes preferred class sign up. So that was always cool. But I think the coolest one, which I'm going to save because it's the one you're going to say, so I'll hold off on that. Getting like a bunch of team gear was dope. We got shoes, like my basketball shoes it was like two straight seasons. Like from the team official shoes and everything. We got to run pickup up the Convocation Center like at night all the time with other managers and stuff. Just playing on the court is always fun. Those courts are always just so springy too. You feel like you can jump out the gym.
Yeah.
What was my other one? My other one was and then my freshman year, the women's team won the conference tournament, and it was like the Sunday of that spring break ended. And so we're all driving back to school. My parents are driving me down, dropping me off. I'm a freshman at the time, don't have my car there. And I get it was like a text or a tweet DM from one of the girls on the team, like, hey, we're conference championship party at our apartment tonight. Like, you guys should come through. So it was cool and all those kind of bubble up to like us kind of feeling like we were actually on the team. Like the coaches were, always appreciative of us coming in, but also very, quick to get on our ass if we're having a bad day, turning the ball over. If you lose a drill, you're running sprint. So it truly felt like you were kind of on the team, which was cool. And then the one that stands out the most to me, I don't know if this is my favorite, but it's the one that I'm pretty sure thinking
when
of.
You got swatted.
Bro, my first practice ever. I was the only guy that showed up that day. It was the first one. So I'm, kind of getting my feet wet. I've been on campus for like a month at this time, maybe. And so I show up into practice and I'm like, all right, these they can hoop. They know what they're doing. Obviously, I hop in a drill. I think we're doing like a 3-on-2, 2-on-1, kind of warm up fast break drill, and I'm running down the wing, and I get the pass sent to me, and it was. I'm not going to blame the pass, but it was a low pass where I kind of had to readjust for it.
Was needed.
So I caught this ball kind of down by my left knee, and as I'm coming back across to shoot the ball, I see her name's Jasmine. She's a WNBA player, so she can hoop.
So that's worth mentioning.
And I'm coming across like, damn, she's closing out on me hard. Like I'm gonna need to shoot this ball. I'm gonna need to get it up there. And I swear I shot that ball straight up in the air. It ended up 3 rows in the stands. I come back down the neck, and she's just staring at me, just clapping at me, and everyone's kind of laughing. And at that point, I was like, all right, you got to come, you got to compete, but they're going to treat you like a teammate. So it was really cool.
If you want this is how I visualize this, and only because this play happened recently. The Zion block on DeAndre Hunter, that's what I envision.
Yeah, man,
where you
basically
just see it coming, and you're like, no, I got this. You ain't got it.
Yeah, it was from the short corner. Yeah, it was pretty much exactly that play.
It was pretty much the exact same
It was exactly that play. So those are some of my favorite memes from
yeah, that's definitely my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, that's a good one. Connor wants to know, what's the worst fad you ever participated in? And I thought of a couple that I didn't actually participate in, but would have been my answers had I done it. But I don't know if I ever really got into the one I will say is not the silly bands, which is one that I know you were into, but the before that was like all the Livestrong type bracelets.
Oh, yeah, so I had up your arm.
So I had a Livestrong one before Lance Armstrong, before I knew how much of a dick he was. I had that, and I maybe had a couple other ones. It was never as bad as the rubber bands halfway up my arm, like a shooting sleeve.
I had up there.
That would probably be I guess I just didn't really get into that one enough. But I was definitely thinking of like silly bands too.
I actually forgot that I had silly bands. So I'm glad that you remember that I have silly bands, because that just kind of emphasizes how big I was into silly bands. I do know I had a purple one that I called the Pimp Mobile, because pimps wore purple. And because I was
Was it shaped like a car?
No, it was a helicopter.
Oh, okay. So at least it was some type of transportation.
Yeah.
Like a dinosaur or something.
No.
Which I guess would also be transportation, depending on how big it was.
Depending. There's 2 that really stick out to me. The first one, I dyed my hair blonde.
Oh, God. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Not even the frosted tips. It was just full.
It was everything.
You also had so much hair at that point. It wasn't. You didn't go like Slim Shady on him. You just went.
No, I did.
Like
I dyed it multiple times. That's the bad part. When I first dyed it, it was like a buzz cut.
Oh!
So
I didn't
it was
know that.
like
I've only
Slim
ever
Shady.
seen the one picture.
Yeah, we don't have pictures from that. We don't have pictures from when I
For like
first did
flag
it.
football or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
what
one picture I think of.
I dyed my hair because I got my black belt. And that was like the reward. So kind of I dyed our hair, and then I got a haircut a couple weeks later, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want it back. So yeah, and then it eventually ended up growing. And this one, I don't know if this is better or worse, but in high school, the sagging of the pants. But I went to like a different level with it. I had shorts underneath my short, like gym shorts underneath my shorts, so I could sag. But like a teacher couldn't be like, "Hey, I see your underwear," because no, you don't. You see my shorts.
It's mad comfortable though, wearing the gym shorts underneath pants. It's the move.
Yeah, but it was still bad because they were almost, the waistline was almost at my knees for the actual like shorts. It was terrible. It was so bad. I'd look back at that, I'm like, how the hell did I do that? Like in that picture that we did for Mail Time a couple weeks ago when we all had cargos on, those were sagging.
I was going to say, there was not a lot of skin showing on anyone between the knees to the ankles.
And
a lot of sock and a lot of short.
Part of the reason is because my pants were low. That was terrible. And you did the buzz cut thing. That counts as a fad, right? There's a terrible decision for 17
That was just a bad decision. I didn't in like 4th grade. There was a bit that's like, I want to say like in 4th and 5th grade.
That's a redeeming.
Is when people started growing their hair out. And that's when everyone had long hair.
I dyed my hair and had long hair.
And I never. I think there was one point where I was like, maybe I'll buy into it. Maybe I'll do it. And I like pushed off getting a haircut for one cycle. And I'm like, nah, this sucks.
I need this back.
Let me shave my head again because that looks way better. So yeah, and then I guess we'll jump into our first text submission from my mom. I didn't know that this was a submission until about 10 minutes ago.
I would have thought that she would have just told you instead of texting me, but
she wants to know, what's the biggest, in parentheses, worst lie you've ever told to your mom? And she knows this one, so I'll say it because it obviously wasn't a good lie. It's really not that bad. In, I don't know, 5th grade, 6th grade. I really didn't want to go to school one day. So we had these kind of nasty-ass applesauces. They were like a tropical flavor, which sounds like it should be good, but they tasted god-awful. And a very pale orange color. So I took one of the applesauces and dumped it in the toilet. Mom, I threw up, look. It worked. I got off for the day. Whether it was actually believable or not, I don't know, but it worked.
I mean, you should. That may be a reward just for good thinking. That's on your feet thinking right there. The biggest lie. See, I don't really know. It definitely grades. I would say definitely grades.
Remember we had to get our progress report signed?
Yeah, that's why. Because I never gave it to my parents. I would always forge it. So I told my mom for the entire first quarter of 8th grade, oh yeah, I definitely have a high B in civics. And then when the report card came in,
and then how you got a D?
It was a D. And probably what made it worse is when I got off the bus, I didn't go straight home. I went and chilled at one of my friend's house because I was just like,
You just knew the rest of the night wasn't going to be good. So
and then when I got home, I basically just ran up to my room, and by that point, they're like, "All right, something's up with this report card." And they didn't think that it was a D, but it was a D.
It was a D.
And that
you were just going for alliteration.
For what it's worth, I did end up getting a B overall in the class. So hard work pays off.
You came out unscathed. You survived. Yeah. You're here now.
I guess you could lie. I don't lie about my tattoos, but when I definitely got my first tattoo, I texted my mom what I'm sure is a scary opening line for every parent. Would you love me no matter what?
That's always a good one.
She thought,
especially when it's in something like very trivial.
Something that's not jail. So I did that too. But yeah, I don't. At this point, I mean, there's no real reason to lie to your parents anymore. We're just grown ass adults. So, all right, you got your chicken nugget one over there.
Yeah. So the last one from T-shirt winner Jay Collar.
It's a good day for him.
Ran out of room on the submission, but I clarified with him this morning at our game what he wanted from it. So basically, you and 3 friends have one day to eat 1,000 chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A. And that's where the question cut off. So I'm going to go down with the approach of what my plan is to accomplish such a feat. So you have 24 hours. So the only way I think that this actually happens is you got to utilize those 24 hours completely. You got to start right at the beginning. You really got to spread it out to the end because that's 250 nuggets a person, which is 20.83 repeating 12 count nugget boxes per person. So my thought is it starts the night before. And me and my group, we go out to the bars, we get pretty drunk, and when we come home, right at midnight, we come home at 11:59, so we can day drink, whatever, but come home at 11:59, and then at midnight, start drunk eating some nuggets. And I'm thinking that's easy to knock out. I think each person could eat 2 12-count boxes. I'm breaking it down in 12-count boxes in my mind just to space it out. I think easy. So that's what is that? 24 times 4. So 100.
That's hard.
80 to 80, 96.
100. What the hell? Yeah, 96.
96. Right? 5, 20. Yeah.
12. Yes, 96.
Yeah, 96.
Wow.
Woo. It's a Sunday, you know? Yeah. So that's 96 right there. So we're almost, and then someone could eat 4 more. So we're already a tenth of the way done. And then I'm thinking wake up early enough in the morning and maybe eat some more before we get the day going, and then we would hit the gym. And I'm thinking we hit a massive arm day, a lot of bench press, a lot of bicep curls, a lot of tricep extensions, and then
some cardio.
Maybe go play some basketball. Maybe play 2-on-2 for like 45 minutes after we lift. So then we come home, shower up. And then we just start grubbing. I'm thinking we find a Harry Potter movie marathon, or maybe there's some really good college basketball games going on. Something where we can just kind of chill out and veg on the couch and start eating a lot of nuggets. So my timeline, this is probably around 1 o'clock, right? Or maybe even a little earlier because we got to really maximize our time. It's got to be early enough in the day. So we do that, and then we just kind of pick on these nuggets while we're watching TV. So I think we need to eat like 3 boxes a piece once we get back. Maybe even, partake in certain activities and watch some other movies to really get the hunger going. And then I'm thinking dinner comes around and you really got to start putting in some more work. Dinner comes, and then I think you need to go back out and drink again quickly so that you can want food again after you're drinking, and then finish the night just stuffing as many nuggets in your face as you can. You'd also need to be wary of all the dipping sauce because that sneaks up on you and takes up a lot of room in your stomach.
See, you got to go. I go buffalo sauce. So that's
I go to Chick-fil-A.
That's
Chick-fil-A
less
and
sneaky.
Polynesian. So my problem is I'd be like double dipping. I'd be wasting too much time dipping rather than eating.
I definitely think a workout is key. But I'd probably do a leg workout. Because leg workout makes me hungry. Leg workout makes me super hungry. But like a super leg workout where I squat and deadlift.
There we go.
So a big workout.
See, I was thinking there's no way I would be able to play basketball afterwards.
Not worried about the basketball thing. But if for whatever reason you say, you know what, I can't work out today, you go play some Ultimate Frisbee.
Ooh, there we go.
So a couple games of Ultimate Frisbee, get that out of the way, and then after Ultimate Frisbee, you're hungry. Like we used to play all the time.
Right.
We were hungry. And I think if you got 4 people, you
can start one-upping each other too. I bet you can't eat that box in 10 minutes.
And there's definitely like. Kenny would be on the squad. Kenny as of 2018, where he wasn't on his new fish diet. Paleo too? I don't know what it's called. There's a name for the type of diet. That thing. Is that what he's doing?
I don't know.
But him prior to the new diet that he's doing, I definitely have on there because he could kill some Chick-fil-A nuggets. He's more of a strips guy, but he could definitely kill some Chick-fil-A nuggets. And then just anyone that worked out that day. And you just crush it. And like you said, find a couple movies, maybe some games, TV shows, anything really. I don't partake in like the drinking and all that because not a huge drinker, but I could make it work.
Right.
And if I'm a stubborn, competitive individual.
So if you know you got to get through 250
nuggets,
nuggets,
have to get it. I can put my mind to get it. It's gonna suck the next day because you're just gonna feel bloated. Like you're gonna feel bloated as all get out. But if it's worth it.
I think it's attainable. I think there's definitely some planning involved, and if you don't start between the hours of midnight and 1 a.m., you're setting yourself up for failure.
You're setting yourself up for a lot of vomit
because you're also going to be eating the same thing the entire day. So you're going to need to space it out just from a sanity standpoint.
I mean, you could mix it up a little bit, but it's going to hurt. You could throw like a couple eggs in there for breakfast, but then that's just more food.
You got to go solely nuggets. I'm not drinking any sweet tea with it. I'm drinking just water. Actually, maybe a sweet tea to wash it down, but you got to be careful. You don't want,
or maybe like a Chick-fil-A lemonade.
Ooh,
yeah, but no milkshakes, none of that.
Oh God,
no. Although I do love dipping chicken nuggets in milkshakes, none of that.
Although depending on what activities I partake in, a milkshake probably wouldn't affect me. It might improve my performance.
But you could that's. I feel like that's a very easy goal.
What are you doing next weekend?
Oh, could you imagine we just show up to Chick-fil-A, 1,000 chicken nuggets?
We could probably pre-order some
the platters.
The platters. That's what I never did it, but I know I had buddies at school that once they lived off campus and they had their flex dollars or whatever for their meal plan, you'd have like $50 left over at the end of the year. Just order a platter.
Go.
Yeah.
We used to have platters at a lot of my like family gatherings. That's how I know I could do this.
That's what I'm saying.
Because like once you just start with the chicken nuggets, you don't realize how much you're actually eating.
Dude, they go down.
So the first, this should be first. You have to take them all out of the box. Take them all out of the box and put them somewhere so you just kind of are just eating away. Because if you see the box, you'll start to notice like, wow, there are 8 boxes.
Oh, I would almost... Part of me almost thinks that I would want to see the boxes so I can think, oh, damn, I'm already through X. I'm flying.
I would put all of them, like each person gets their own platter just
a platter of 250?
Yeah, so that way, because the boxes will pile up and maybe we're just different in the way that we look at that. I'd see like, wow,
I feel like it'd be a good progress for me if I had my 21 boxes stacked.
21, holy, that's so many boxes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And 20.83 repeating. But I could start pulling them away as I crushed through them.
So let us know your plan. If you want to partake in this, if you're free next weekend, let us know at Walk with Den.
At us.
Get at us and see what your plan would be for the Chick-fil-A challenge.
The Chick-fil-A challenge.
What's up, y'all? This podcast was recorded on a Sunday because one of us, me, had to work on our regularly scheduled Tuesday record time. About a couple hours after we recorded this podcast, Liberty beat the brakes off of Lipscomb, punching their ticket to the NCAA tournament. So I just wanted to offer a friendly reminder to everyone that didn't already know that Liberty's going dancing. Fan the flames, baby. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
So I was fired up on Friday. I was texting you, yo, man, women's soccer team came correct. And you're like, what? Huh? And now, to be fair, I was with you. Back up. So the U.S. women's soccer team officially sued formally sued the U.S. Soccer Federation for gender pay discrimination.
Yes.
And when I texted you this, you thought, didn't they already do this? And because they had been talking about, there was a lot of back and forth then with the U.S. Soccer Federation about trying to reduce that discrepancy, but they officially brought a suit against the soccer team or the Soccer Federation, and I was fired up. I was super pumped. I think that in sports, this argument is very. It's a tough one because people say, "Oh, well, there's more revenue in men's sports," and that is a true statement. And obviously, the more revenue that you have, it's going to fuel. There's just more money available. But I think that the U.S. women's soccer team is the most perfect environment and example that you could have to really start making this push for gender pay equality, not discrimination, equality, because they're the best soccer team in the world, and it's like it's not even close. And also to add on to that, how disappointing the men's team has been in recent years. So you make this argument of, oh, well, the men's World Cup brings in X percent more revenue than the women's World Cup. And okay, yeah, that might make sense for the 32 teams that qualify for the World Cup. But when you can't even draw against Trinidad and Tobago to qualify for the World Cup, that argument's invalid.
Trinidad and Tobago got great sprinters, though. They're great in the Olympics for track events. Sorry, that's off. I just always think of Trinidad and Tobago, the sprinters, because they're so good.
But that's not to, make fun of the men's team. They came out and were very supportive.
Make fun of them. They suck.
Well, yeah, but they're very supportive of the women's team and the decision. Serena Williams put out her support for the women's team as well. And the fact that they unveiled this on International Women's Day is pretty badass.
I bet they were waiting for that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was pretty dope. So I thought that was cool. We'll see how that comes about. Because also, even like a couple years ago, I forget which of the players it was, but put out an Instagram photo of like her legs after playing, like the facilities that the women's team had. I'm pretty sure it was a home facility, and they're playing on like AstroTurf that they would have played on in like 1980, and just bruised and cut up. And I remember Kobe jumping in on it and being like, "We got to get equal facilities. Like, this is ridiculous." So hopefully that ball continues to roll. And again, I think that it's starting, or maybe gaining the most momentum with U.S. women's soccer, can then hopefully push that ball elsewhere. So I thought that was a pretty neat thing on Friday. And then I woke up, I guess this morning is when I saw it. The AB Pittsburgh Steelers saga is over,
and you're wearing the nice black and gray.
Yeah, go Raiders, right? So I'm just happy it's over. As we've talked about, I think the Steelers are going to be fine and probably better positioned after this and the Le'Veon Bell thing and everything. It's just all kind of been a very, very unnecessarily noisy. Past 5 months with Pittsburgh.
Probably more than that. Probably a little longer than that. But.
Yes, I guess with Le'Veon. So I don't know. I'm glad it's done. The fact that we only got a third-round pick.
Oh, y'all got robbed.
For him is a little interesting, especially when the Raiders got a first-round pick for Amari Cooper.
Well, that's what happens because the Steelers, they played their cards very openly and said, "Hey, Friday's the deadline." Well, that deadline isn't like a real deadline, so they're kind of playing by that now. And the Bills didn't want to pay Antonio Brown; they had a deal that fell through a little bit. I would imagine that the Bills probably had a little bit more to offer than what Oakland did, but they didn't want to pay him. And Antonio Brown, I don't think, wanted to go to Buffalo, although I have heard good things about Buffalo.
Well,
Bills fans.
I was seeing something was him and Rosenhaus like even actively trying to make any trades happen, or were they just kind of?
I don't really know if they're how
that works in the
much
NFL.
They're allowed to influence that.
I bet AB woke up on Thursday, I guess Thursday morning, probably pissed as hell. Like, oh no, they decided to ship my ass to Buffalo. I didn't mean it, guys. Because think of it, a spot that AB would probably most likely really want to be in is somewhere where the team is going to compete for a playoff spot and deep playoff runs every year. Somewhere where he has a great quarterback that trusts him and is going to throw to him often.
So he goes to Derek Carr.
and a place where he can play in an environment, in a playing style system. That's the word I was looking for. That is going to enable him to continue to have crazy stats. Those are three things that he had in Pittsburgh also. So it's just Interesting. Yeah, then Jerry Rice swindled him. Jerry Rice was like, yeah, I'm going to get you to play for my former team. We all thought that meant San Francisco. He forgot to mention that. Oh, yeah, I also play for Oakland.
It's the Raiders. Yeah, you can come up to the Bay up here.
Go play with a coach that I think spent all of last season actively trying to get fired.
He did. Well, the crazy thing is now I almost feel like we have to praise him a little bit because I did the math on my show on SB Nation Radio. They gave up last year Khalil Mack, dumb, terrible, still stupid. Amari Cooper and a couple draft picks, a couple late round draft picks, and what they got in return was Antonio Brown, 3 first-round picks. 2 of them are this year, a second round, and then there's another later round draft pick. So I'm thinking they're like, okay, well, if John Gruden is super offense, which he is a super offensive guy because he didn't want to pay Khalil Mack the money that Khalil Mack wanted, but he was going to pay Antonio Brown. So John Gruden might be onto something. I also have no idea how the $19.8 million per year works out. That's the rumored salary for Antonio Brown, $19.8 million a year. The deal is a 3-year, $54.125 million deal.
Big signing bonus or something.
It must be because that math does not equate to 19.8.
Yeah, I have no idea. I feel like the NFL salaries are.
They're so all
NFL
over
contracts
the place.
are bizarre.
But yeah, so I mean, congrats to Antonio Brown, I guess. Derek Carr didn't exactly have the greatest year in terms of accuracy last year, so that's going to raise
maybe
problems.
If you got traded to Oakland like before last season, it would have been a little more exciting.
But I mean, this year there are going to be some issues, and as much as we can sit here and say, Antonio Brown was not to blame, although I don't know if anyone at this point is saying that for his demise in Pittsburgh. He was. There's blame that should be attributed to him, and they're going to see that side in Oakland. And the problem is, the video that's gone viral of like Antonio Brown and Derek Carr at the Pro Bowl, like being all buddy-buddy, it's a lot different when you're around someone all the time. And you can kind of see like, oh, this is what this
Especially
person
if you can't throw the ball to
really like. Yeah, if he's missing these easy routes where you're wide open, you're going to get upset.
Yeah.
You're going to get really upset. So.
And obviously that Oakland media is a real tough one. Just ask our friend Kevin.
Oh, man. So congrats to him. He's in a place. The saga is finally over. Pittsburgh can kind of move past this a little bit. There is still a potential that Le'Veon Bell could go to Oakland if John Gruden really wants to pull some strings. If I'm Derek Carr right now, I am on the phone with Arizona pleading them to draft Kyler Murray. Because if you give John Gruden the opportunity to ditch Derek Carr's big contract and pick up Kyler Murray on a rookie salary and then go grab Le'Veon Bell, Derek Carr is not going to be in Oakland for very much longer. So if I'm Derek Carr,
do they have the first pick?
Get on the phone.
Who has
Arizona
the first pick?
does.
Oh, Arizona. Okay.
Yeah, so Kyler, please take him. Take him. I want to stay here in this offense. So football, gotta love it. They're kind of stealing a little bit of thunder for the NBA. Kind of, not really. It was just the start of the.
It'll be playoffs here soon enough.
Yeah, although your man ain't gonna be there. Minute restriction that he can break if he wants to.
Yeah,
I was like, what is? Don't even call it a minute restriction then.
I looked up at the game last night, and they were getting blown out. I looked away, looked back up. It was like a 4-point game. Look away, look at my phone. End of the third quarter, they're down by 30. I'm like, what?
Classic.
How does this happen? Kyrie's out here trying new dribble moves that have never existed before. Just turn the game off.
He did that one behind the back thing. That was pretty great. Yeah, I flipped it over to watch the end of Michigan State and Michigan. I felt that game was better. And then the Wizards actually went into overtime and then blew it.
Typical. Shout out UNC, season sweep with Duke. Love it.
Yeah, big UNC fan over here.
Tar Heel, baby.
Tar Heel for life. So that's going to wrap it up for us this week. If you have not already, if you've listened to this full episode and have not joined the March Madness bracket, go do that.
Hop in there or DM us your email, but try to figure it out on your own.
It's going to be fun. Prizes are available. You're going to want to go do that. And like we said, if you have a funny name, we'll shout you out on air. Nothing could be better than that. We're out. Deuces.